Our conditions remaining bullish in this bull market is currently sitting at a bull market rank of 26.53. Saw a little bit of a retracement yesterday, momentum pulling back into that bullish trending zone. Also seeing breadth still sitting in that area, so still seeing bullish tone, even though we've got a little bit of a pullback here. We've also seen sentiment rising a little bit here in the last few days. If we jump over to the buy-sell ratio, it also improved a little bit yesterday, 1.81, continuing to see this green line above the red line. That means that the bulls are in control, not by a whole lot here, though, 1886 to 1042. We are also seeing S&P 500 closing below this prior day right here. We talked about this 578 as support. We had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days essentially of uptrend here, breaking out of that 578 area. Now looking to retest that, potentially even retesting this area on S&P 500, but still a healthy overall bullish trend intact. If we do break down some of these support levels, though, that weakens the overall trend, but we are still in momentum all the way back to 563 on S&P 500. If we take a look at a couple of the other indices in NASDAQ, a pretty big move yesterday. Saw some big tech names pulling back. Also looking at Dow Jones Industrial Average, and that had a pretty big run here over the last few days, and it has a little bit of a retracement as well. Similar pattern to S&P 500. Sectors also shifting to a little bit more bullish tone. We're seeing none in downtrend zones and getting the majority now in that buy zone. And we've got 5 that are still stuck right in the middle there and transitioning or pausing their current trends. If we look at commodities, continuing to see these runs in gold and silver, up slightly yesterday on silver. Gold also setting up this nice pattern where we've had this retracement inside the momentum zone, pullback, and a little gap higher, continuing that move. So a nice looking bullish setup inside of momentum for gold, and it's working with these all-time highs potentially for a breakout. If we jump over and take a look at some of the, well, let's actually jump back to bonds. I wanted to talk about those because we did see a big move in TLT. I mean, relative to TLT, how much it can move, but a percentage deep in this retracement zone. That's one of the concerns looking at the market currently, and that is we're still dealing with inflation, we're still dealing with high interest rates and potentially recessionary scenarios, and that is or inflationary scenarios where we're seeing economic numbers continuing to be quite good. The bond market doesn't like that because it's expecting things to soften enough that the Fed will continue to lower interest rates. When bonds are moving lower, interest rates are moving higher, so the bond market doesn't think that the Fed can or will lower interest rates based on this current price pattern. That's the long bond TLT, the shorter term bond SHY, similar type pattern. Let's jump over and look at those muscle stocks. We've got 2 in here loaded up to take a look at HYLN, which is an interesting price pattern. We're looking for support at the 236 momentum zone. We want to find stocks that are in momentum and then giving confirmation to that momentum on increased volume. This stock is inside of that zone currently and had a pretty decent retracement from, so it's a pretty cheap stock as well as far as price activity, which can add some volatility here as well. It's in the auto parts sector. Good looking pattern there, HYLN, to keep an eye on today. Also taking a look at GCI, which has been it's been a pretty high flyer here the last year or so. It's a $2 or $3 stock to $5, up 100% in the last year, and really tight consolidation base all inside of the momentum zone. Again, we're using the 6-month time frame, connecting this low and this low automatically using our Fibonacci tool, and that is finding support right here. This 236 area is momentum. Stocks will typically maintain that momentum. They can have volatile ranges, and they continue that trend by breaking out, or when that trend structure starts to shift, they will typically break down through this low. So keep an eye on that $5 range. Have a little bit of support area, but if we can clear that $6 range, that's nice area for a breakout and also on increased volume. That'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day today.